to stream. Okay, girls, can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Okay, can you hear us now? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna have. Are you hearing an echo? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have Karen take this. Here, can you take that device and put it in the bathroom or somewhere? Okay, girls, so we're back to, we have no idea why we have an issue with our device on our iPad, which we've been using forever. So today we're going to just right in. We have Jay Crowley with us. We're not doing a live sale, so so your pocketbook will thank you later, and us. So we have hi Raylene. So we have Jay Crowley here. Jay, welcome to Fabric Chicks Live at noon. It's kind of crazy here. Okay, so here you can see she's got a bunch of books that she has written. She's a local author. Jay, why don't you just jump in and tell us all about what you have here? And this one is probably the most exciting. Look at Who's Who of Emerging Writers.
Oh, well, it's a long story here. A lot of you have already heard me talk, so I don't want to bore you. But about a couple of years ago, Beth and I got together and we decided to write some books about the wild stitchers in a quilting club. And so we came up with Maggie, and Maggie has to do with airmail arrows and horse poaching and wild stitching quilting club that helps solve the mystery. So if you haven't read that one's been out for a little bit. Then we came out with Drum of Hope. And again, I brought in Maggie and Nan and Beth, and this has to do with Sutro Tunnel and a little bit about mining up in Virginia City and sex trafficking. It's a pretty fast read, and Beth's in the middle of it. The new one.
Not that I'm the sex trafficker or anything. I help solve the crime.
Yes, he helps solve the crime. The brand new one, and Beth is really in the middle of this one. It takes place in Topaz. And this one here, I'll read the back to you. A body is found floating on the Walker River outside of Lake Topaz, and the adventure starts. The search for a costly sword gets both authorities in Mono County and Douglas County hopping. Maggie, Nan, and the Wild Stitchers Quilting Club are back in the thick of solving the crime. And of course, Beth is our Nancy Drew. She knows how to solve it all. And the sword is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So anyway, but it gives you some history. What I like to do is give you a little history with a little mystery. And Topaz is a natural lake, and it's got a lot of history. And so I tell you about that. And then the mystery, of course, is the sword. So this is a brand new book that just came out. Another one, the Quilting Club is not involved. And this is called Lahontan City. And out in Lahontan Dam, there was a city built to help build the dam. And it was built back in the 20s to build the dam. And they built the city so the miners, the workers would have a place to live, because you got to remember how remote Nevada was. And all that's left of the city, I have a picture of it in here somewhere, is a chimney. And that's all that's left, and a citrine. And in this story, it's sort of a fun story. It has a ghost, a little bit of a love story, and a little bit of mining. And it tells you the history of Lahontan City. And it's a fun read. Again, it's a fast read. As Beth mentioned to you, I got selected out of 2,000 writers to be the who's who last year of emerging new authors, which I thought was a great honor. And this year they called and invited me to again be invited in the who's who. And I was selected again. So I'll be coming out in the 2021. So to me, that's a big honor. You don't pay for it, you're invited. And so it shows that I'm getting out there a little bit. People do like to read my funny books. The rest of them, I think you guys have probably heard about.
Nope, I think you've got all new listeners, so you can just talk about them all.
Yes.
Okay. But before you start that,
Okay.
Raylene says she has a friend who lives in Topaz. I wonder if they are accessories.
this how the sword gets in there is there's an antiquity dealer in Walker who sells in high-end stolen items. And who would think of a fence in Walker,
Right.
California? So anyway, I have this warped mind, and it's a unique story. It's different. All of my stories are different, even though they have Maggie and Nan in the different adventures. They're standalones. You don't have to read each one. The characters may be the same, but the stories are different. And this one I had Beth going camping with her husband and her kids. So.
Can you imagine Roger camping?
But anyway, it's fun, and I talk about Walker Burger, and I talk about the embroidery shop in Walker, and the
Judy Baxter. Oh my gosh, you're famous. Is Judy on yet? Judy Baxter owns the embroidery shop in Walker.
And she has bought books from me.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay, so if you hang around us long enough, you girls might become famous too.
Anyway, I talk about the the barbecue place, and Iggy and Squeaky's. Let's go. Anyway, it's sort of a fun book. I had fun writing that. Opal takes place in Denio.
I want to go there with the book, and I want to go there and go opal mining.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. We have beautiful opals in Nevada, and we get sort of slammed for them. But this is a Nevada fire opal. They really are gorgeous. And Denio is very, very rural. It's up almost to the Oregon border. And there's some really awesome places to go up there if you go 4x4. And there's Thousand Creek Gorge and a bunch of things to see. But anyway, you can go digging for opals. If you can find one of these, you're lucky. Most of the time, the opals are white. But this girl was born in Denio, and it's sort of hokey. She had 4 brothers, and when she was born, her mother said, I have my opal, I have my gem," and she named her Opal. But she wants to be a paleontologist, and so she is looking for the find of her life. And of course, what she finds is a really bad guy, and it's a good read. It's gotten really good reviews, and it's a fun book. But the bad guy's a really bad guy.
Very bad.
Yeah, really bad.
Okay, hang on a second. I got a few comments here. Okay, so Mary Min says, so the stories are based in real places in Nevada.
Yes.
And with real history.
With real history. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And Ann Linda Myers says, leaving Spokane today has all. Hugs back to you, Ann. Mary Vitti says, congratulations, Jay, on the who's who of emerging writers of 2020 and 2021.
Thank you.
And then Kathleen says, so cool that each book has info about Nevada. And Ann says Roger would camp in an RV. Yes, he would, but we can't afford. And then Mary Vitti says, you have a warped mind. You're in good company. And Linda Meyer says she loves fire opals. And Vicky, who's joining from Australia, I think it's like 6 o'clock in the morning there. Vicky says the best opals come from Australia.
We'll have an argument about that one.
Right. We'll all have to make a road trip to Australia so we can compare.
Also in Maggie, which I didn't talk about, is the airmail arrows. And we have airmail arrows. Let me see if I can find a picture of one of them here real quick that's halfway decent.
One of these days, we're going to actually go find them. There's a couple of gals that keep talking about going to find them.
You can hike out and see them. And what they were transcontinental between the 20s. And so I give you the history of these airmail arrows. It was to help planes get across the United States before we had radar. And so I give you the history, and you can hike, and you get to them. And then I also talk about horse poaching. The horse poaching was I tried not to make it as very dark, but it is happening, and it's sad. And the drug cartels are doing. And but Maggie and Nan and the Wild Stitchers solved the crime. So anyway, this was our first one, and it was sort of a fun book. And like I say, and then the Drum of Hope. Again, I'm a real strong believer in protecting our children from pedophilers. And when I did the research for this, I tried to make it light, but it's a crime that's happening everywhere. I don't care what town, what state, what country. And the more powerful the person, the younger the child. And this has to do with a runaway. It isn't always a man who is the pimp. Sometimes it's a woman. And anyway, and I went with Drama Hope because I'm somewhat pagan, and I brought in a shaman, and I believe in the Drama Hope. So anyway, but I also talked about the Sutro Tunnel. So I try to give you a little history, like I say, with a little mystery. And I'm not going to get into politics, but the only administration that we've had so far that has addressed sex trafficking was the last administration, and there was an executive order that if you got busted for pimping out children, you were going to get charged and go to jail. Of course, that's all been dropped. But anyway, it's there. Another one that's a fun book, and I've donated this one to a lot of schools, Girl Scouts. It's called Nellie's Venture. And this book is expensive, and I apologize. It's $15 for a little tiny book because I made the fatal mistake of putting it in back here in color. And those are pithographs. And but anyway, it's a great book for kids, say 8, 9, 10 years of age. And it's taking a trip to Great Basin National Park, and it's got a couple other mysteries. And it's a great way for kids to read and learn something about Nevada. So if you have a grandchild that age, or if you're involved with 4-H or Girl Scouts on the Brownie level, this is a great book, and I've donated it to many schools. And but there's a picture of my granddaughter laying on Highway 50. The loneliest highway
in the world. Well, that's what Dorothy Reed said. She said, LOL, isn't most of Nevada rural and remote? Just saying, drove 395 so many times.
And then, of course, the oven. But when I had all these pictures printed in color, the price of the book went up. So that's why all the rest of the pictures in my books are in black and white. But I learned my lesson.
What did they do in those ovens?
They used them for mining.
Oh, interesting. See those ladies?
Those are outside of Ely. And so that on your way to see the Great Basin National Park. And there's a picture in here too. These are the Lehman Caves, and this is part of Great Basin National Park. So if you ever get a chance to go to Ely, make sure you ride the train up there, and make sure you go to the Great Basin National Park. It's in Baker, Nevada.
Girls, maybe we need a road trip.
An RV. And
yes.
Go camping.
Yes.
With a lot of wine.
Dorothy says her boys love mysteries with history. And Vicky says we need to watch Opal Hunters on Netflix.
Yes. Yeah. Or Nevada Nevada Outbacks. We have a lot of on PBS. They have a lot of history too. And I'm on Amazon. You can order me through Amazon, or you can get me through Fabric Chicks, or you can contact me on Jay Crowley Books on Facebook also, and I will gladly mail them to you. The novellas are I didn't talk about Cabin in the Meadow. Cabin in the Meadow is a fun book. It's a novella. It's sold for $10, and it's about a young girl who decides to go up and do the pioneer adventure in Hope Valley, because a lot of our ranchers have line shacks up there. They take our cattle up. And
look who decided to show up to work today. Wait, there's Devin. Oh, he's running in to clock in. He doesn't want to be here a minute longer without pay.
Anyway, she decides to go up and plant her own wood, plant her own garden, and she runs into more adventure than she plans on. And this is a really fun book, and it's a real fast read in large font. And most of my books are in large font because us older people have eye problems. And you can also get them on Kindle. And then there's another book, which is a novella, which is Not Worthy, Story of Revenge. And this has to do with Stewart Indian School, and when they took children from the home and put them into Indian schools. It's called Home to Soul, and Indians couldn't vote until 1950. And so they did, and Stewart wasn't as bad as many of the Indian schools, but this was about a young girl who was told her family and how the bonds were broke. And anyway, she was told she was not worthy, and it's her story of revenge. But it's a novella. And so It's a little on the darker side. There was no way I could make it really light. Laura, I lost my editor and I had a new editor. Laura takes place in Lamoille Canyon. And
That was a good read.
but
You
there's
can't put it down heavy holding it in
there's
one
no
sitting.
there's no history here. This is strictly I murdered her viciously. And it's the first time I've ever used the word. None of my books have erotica or foul language except for damn or shit. But in her case, I used the word bitch, and because she was, but it had to deal with DNA and forensics, and but I had a editor, and this was probably the book that was way different than anything I've ever written. So anyway, this is Laura, and it's different.
It was a good read. Like it was a page turner.
Yeah.
Like I know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah. So I think that's about it. And if you have any questions, I will gladly answer them.
Okay, girls. And like always, if you want, because I know you guys are spoiled and sometimes you just want to type in what you want to order. So if you want any of these books, you can type it in and then Jay and I will figure it out and get them mailed to you. I'll make her autograph them too, because she doesn't always autograph them. So that's me twisting her arm. So, okay. So are any of your books audio?
No, I wish they were. Sorry. If you buy my Amazon, sometimes you can get Alexa to read them to you.
Yes. Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Oh, and I know she's. Anne says Jay had a hard time saying the B word.
Yes.
It doesn't come out easily, girls.
Yes.
It doesn't flow off her lips like it does mine. Mary Min says her nephew gets signed books from us every year. Oh, several. He is graduating from high school next week. Okay, Mary, if you know which ones you want, tell me so that we can have her sign them, or you can run down right now. How late are you going to be here?
You said the 4.
Okay, so she's going to be here till 4-ish, but if there's nobody here, she might get bored and go home. So run down here right now, or when the interview. You'll have plenty of time, Mary. Sandy wants Denial, Maggie, and Dream of Hope. Okay.
Okay.
And then, Kathleen says, large print. I'm only an older person when I look in the mirror. And Peggy says she loves stories with a meaning and history. That's what I love. I've learned a lot about reading these books.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the new book that I'm working on is Soda Lake in Fallon. And Soda Lake, believe it or not, is a volcano in the middle of the 40-mile desert.
Really?
Yes, in the desert, a volcano, an active volcano in the middle of the 40-mile desert.
Huh. How far is that from here?
In Fallon? It's right.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if you guys come and visit us, we can do a road trip. There's 2 quilt shops in Fallon. So we can go see the volcano and get some quilting supplies. It's a necessary trip. Okay, and then
we got good Mexican food over there at La Fiesta.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got lunch plans too, girls. Mary Min said kids are awesome. She took her boys there when they were 6, 8, and 10, and now they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
It's been there a while.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Okay, I don't think many comments. Loved hearing about these books. Thanks, ladies. I have to run. Love to catch this. Oh, it's 5:00 where she is. She's got to get ready for. I don't know if Vicki worked. She's got to get ready for a day. Bye, Vicki. Anne says she's going to rewatch this so she can hear about all of the books.
I also forgot to tell you about Ship in the Desert.
Okay, we got one more book, girl.
Out in Top Gun in Fallon, there is a ship in the desert.
There is?
Yes.
Wow, look at that. It's huge, too.
But in my book, you could. And my book, I had them hike out to it, and it deals with PTSD. And you could try. It was brought in during World War II. The history about why it was brought in, and I forgot to tell you about Ship in the Desert.
Okay. Mary Beatty wants the first book. That's Topaz. And then she wants it signed. So Mary, do they have to share the book? So we're just going to send them one book signed to John and Jesse, right? We'll go back over these comments. Kathleen says, what are the prices of the books? How much are the books?
The books are all 15 except for the two.
Okay, so $10 for Not Worthy, Story of a Revenge, and The Cabin in the Meadow. Those are 10. The rest of them are 15. Today only, and get them autographed by Jay. Yes. Oh, Mary Beatty, I already forgot what I said. I think I said one book signed to both. Okay. Mary, I leave on Tuesday morning at the crack of dawn. That's why we're not doing a sale today, because we would not, we're just trying to get packed. I don't think I'm going to be packed in time. I'm going to be here 24/7 for the next 3 days. All right, girls, do you have any other questions for Jay? Okay, we do have drawings. Can you hold the video real quick? Oh, I can't. Okay, here, Karen, can you show these? Okay, so we have some drawings, girls. Here, you get the beads too. So Carolyn Burnett, she sent me 2 boxes. I've only opened up 1 box because, like, I don't know, I'm just eating bonbons and don't have time. So we have a cake block here for a lucky winner. Look at how cute that is. You can turn it into a pillow, put it on a tote bag, whatever you want. Comes with some beads. Thank you, Carolyn. Okay, wait. I'm going to scroll and see. Ann Lindenmeyer. Okay. Ann Lindenmeyer, you get that fun one. And then we have a bag of bags. So here's the items. I think a snap, like a tape measure snap in it. So it might be good for trash. And then inside of it is another bag. And then inside of it, we have a cup that Diana Hensley embroidered that says Fabric Chicks Creative Oasis. Thank you, Diana and Carolyn. And then inside of that, I put, so let's see. That goes to Linda Hole-Wagner. And then you guys prepare to be amazed because Carolyn has some hand quilted. So she has some finished projects that she donated too. So we've got a couple of quilts. Oh, which then are MIA. They should be videoing, but they're not. Put the name right there. Oh yeah, I put the little things there so we don't have to lose it. Okay, girls, look at how that is. So this is quilted with metallic thread, and then it's embellished with buttons and beads and shells. It's incredible. It looks like she actually hand quilted around that flower. Way to go. I know I should make you girls call in for this. Oh, call in real quick. We're going to give it to the second. I have 2 quilts that Carolyn did. The second caller and the 4th caller. We got 2 quilts. Be prepared to answer the phone. Stop chewing your food. Okay. Here's the second quilt. Okay. Here's the second quilt. It's got a pond. Thank you, Carolyn. And look at little fish buttons in the pond. That, like, really, I'm pretty sure my camera is not doing it justice. Okay, that's the 4th caller. You guys know the phone number. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. Nobody wants to be the first caller. No. Nobody wants to be the first caller. They can hear the phone. Yeah. Okay. All right. What did we say? The second and 4th caller. Second and 4th caller, 775-267-02. Wait, caller, who is it? Whoever it is, you're not the winner, but Devin.
First caller, yeah.
No, hang up and call back. Hang up and call back. Second caller. Hang up and call back. Second caller. Okay, Kathleen. Rewatch and send. Okay. Oh, there's the second caller. Who's the winner? Hello. Who's the winner?
Hello?
Who is it?
It's Kathleen.
Kathleen Rader. Okay, Kathleen, which one do you want? Kathleen Rader, which one do you want? Devin, hang up and call. Oh, okay. Kathleen, type which one you want real quick. Do you want the first one we showed or the second one we showed? Cindy Gygax, call back. Call back. Call back. Oh, Kathleen wants the first one.
Okay, so okay.
Okay. Oh,
That's number 3.
third caller.
That's
Just hang up. Hang up. Oh, look at him. Hang up and call back. The next caller gets it.
Hang up and call back.
Tim's trying to eat his lunch. He doesn't know this game. Okay, fourth caller. Okay, fourth caller, you get it. Anybody else have questions for Jay? Jay says this is the most ridiculous thing she's ever seen.
No, it's awesome. You guys have so much fun.
Okay, who's that?
Who is it? Who is it?
Wait, who is it?
That's this girl.
It's Sandy.
Sandy, you're here.
Sandy.
Okay, Sandy.
What's his last name?
Cohen.
Cohen.
Which one does she get?
She gets the second one.
Second one.
The second one.
Okay, this is yours. Look here. Carolyn, thank you so much for donating the
the one
quilts
she
and the
wanted.
goodies. Okay, well, that's the one you get.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, we'll put it in your guys' baskets for later. All right. Oh, you're supposed to put her on speakerphone.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, Sandy, we'll talk to you soon.
This is Sydney. Okay, I kept everybody straight.
No.
Okay. All right, ladies, do you have any other questions? Otherwise, we're going to end this nonsense. Go back and re-watch this really quick so that we can make sure that Jay signs the ones that you want. All right, we will talk to you soon. You can always call us. Bye. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you.